Welcome back. So it's been a few weeks since my last video, so I thought I'd do something different this week. And it's not so much of a training video, it's more of a learning or coming along with me exercise really. So I'm going to try some astro photography tonight. I've got here just before the sun goes down, so hopefully I can make it up the path before it gets dark anyway. And I'm going to learn how to do it. So I have seen some videos and I've had some advice off some people, and so far I know that I need, well, a prime lens apparently is better than a zoom lens. You need to have a shutter speed of less than 20 seconds, otherwise the stars look like they're moving in the sky. You need to be as wide open as possible, and you need to find a star and focus on it manually. And try and keep the ISO as low as possible, otherwise obviously your image is going to get really dirty and grainy. So that's all I know. I've got a nifty 50, so I've got a 50mm prime lens that I'm hoping to use, and I've got my 24-70. So the 50mm is 1.8, if I remember rightly, and the 24-70 is 2.8. So I'm just going to experiment and see what happens really. And you can come along with me, and I'll show you the bad as well as the good. I'm not going to, no way going to profess that I'm an expert, so maybe this will all be absolute dross, or you know, maybe for my first time I'll get the best shot ever, who knows. And it doesn't really matter where I am today, but I'm at Tyndale Monument, which is not far from Stroud, so out on Dursley Road, near the A46. And I'm going to head up there now. I'm going to hike up there and I'm going to get set up. I've forgotten my torch, and I've also forgotten my microphone, so it's already got the makings of a disaster, but hey, there you go. Alright, see you at the top. Sorry, just before I head off, so just to tell you about two apps that I've got. So I've got Clear Outside, which I will stick the results on here. It's saying there's going to be no cloud and no rain at all, so that's exactly what we want, obviously. Without a clear sky, we're not going to see any stars, so the astro photography is just going to be dark photography. And the other one I have got is Photo Pills, which has got an augmented reality. So when at night time, you can hold it up and you can see where the Milky Way is. So I should be using that as well. I don't know about you, but my typical Sunday night is Sunday roast, walk the dog, sit with my feet up and watch Countryfile and Antiques Roadshow. It's not go out and walk up dark, dingy alleys in the hope of some star photography. So I've heard some people, so some of the professional astro photographers, saying that a lot of their work is no more than 100 yards from their car. Now, I did have some places in mind that were no more than 100 yards from the car, but I thought this was a bit more epic, so in case my star photographs turned out not very good, at least you could look at the monument. Anyway, so next time I might be photographing the Milky Way over a shopping trolley or a puddle or something, but anyway, gotta keep going. So after a bit of a sweaty, huffy puffy climb, I found it anyway, so at least I know where we are. And actually some great clouds. The sky's sort of clear. It's grey over there, but I think a bit of cloud's alright, as long as you get some clear sky above where we are, so fingers crossed. Might even get a sunset, you never know. So it seems to be open, so I guess no one can be bothered to come up here and unlock it, to be honest. I've been in here before, and I think it's well over 100 steps. And to be honest, I'm not easily spooked, but I don't like it in here at the moment. It's a bit most haunted. It's I mean, the lights came on when I walked in, which is great, but what if they didn't come on when I'm coming back down? I don't fancy that very much. So I'm going to stick to the outside. That's scary enough as it is. So. Anyway, I recommend coming and walking in the daylight, not at the night time. But if you do want to do that kind of thing, then it seems to be open. So. If there's anyone there, bang once for yes and twice for no. Actually, please don't do any banging at all, because I'll be on my way out now. So if you use this Photo Pills app that I was talking about earlier, it's got I told you, a nighttime augmented reality. So just stood up here, you can hold your phone up to the sky and it shows you where the Milky Way is going to be. Well, it happens to be right over there. So the Severn Bridge is over there. So the Milky Way is going to appear over top of Bristol, really. So down that way, which unfortunately has got lots of clouds at the moment, so who knows.
Close the curtain, stay on the phone. We are the monsters. Holding you still. We are the gallows.
It's proper dark now. It's like that spooky, gone past twilight time. Luckily I did find a torch, which is what's lighting my face right now. The problem is though, that Clear Skies app is not very accurate, I think is the best way to describe it. I can see some clouds, but sorry, I can see some stars, but the sky's not clear at all. It's just covered in clouds. In fact, I'm going to call this a bust, and I'm going to try and find somewhere else on another night. So this will be continued. Please stay with me. I learned from last time when I drove probably about half an hour, 40 minutes to an iconic spot and hoping that the clouds would be clear. I have come this time only about 5 minutes from my home. I've been watching the sky. It's 3 days further on now. I've been waiting for the sky to clear. It's been raining for 2-3 days now, and now we've got a beautifully clear sky. So I am not very far away from what I'm going to photograph, so I've learnt my lessons. I'm not walking up a dark hill, and I'm not standing by any scary monument either. So I'm going to walk probably about 200 yards, something like that. So let's see what comes of this one. So there we are. So I didn't video that because it was pitch black, but that was actually really quite difficult. So I visited a tree, which is not that far away from the road. I'm not sure if it's entirely black enough or dark enough, because it's not that far from street lighting and from other houses, so that may have had a factor in it, to be honest. But I struggled compositionally, so I didn't know whether to put the tree, all of the tree in the frame, put it in the middle of the frame, put some stars behind it, put it to one side, put more sky in it, just take the top of the tree. So I found that quite difficult. and obviously it's hard to see as well on the viewfinder. Yeah, and I struggled with focus. I didn't know whether to focus on the tree or focus on the stars. I didn't know whether to use the screen on the back to do the focusing, or put my eye to the piece and focus like that. So I got to show the images, because the whole point of this video really is to take you on a journey. I've never done this before, so it's all an experience, and hopefully I'll be learning and you'll be learning too. You can learn from my mistakes, and you haven't had to stand out in the freezing bloody cold with foxes and sheep snuffling around your feet. So anyway, I hope you enjoy what you see, and if you like what you see, stick with me. Leave a comment, tell me what you think, give me a thumbs up or subscribe. Alright, see you next time.
army of one. We are the monsters, a hole in the sun. To the beginning, we are the end. Hold on to nothing. There's nothing we last. As you fall